Hello everybody, hello Just Planes community. I'm back this time on a flight from Zurich to Tokyo. My colleagues,
Looking forward to this flight to Tokyo and having a good time, the three of us in the cockpit, together with a crew that is waiting downstairs for us.
Dalia Riedeker and Cornel Brülisauer.
Hello, Takeda. Me too. I'm really looking forward for this movie and hope we'll have a good time together.
And our dispatcher today, it's Rudi Leibacher. He planned our flight to Tokyo Narita.
Correct.
Rudi, all yours.
Okay. It's outside, so when it comes to details.
Good.
You are planned on the most northern route, which gave you some problems to find the intermediate airport. So you are EROPS from St. Petersburg till Bratsk.
This leg, huh?
That leg, right.
Big
This
leg.
portion here. This portion.
Here we are, Aerox.
That's right.
Extended range.
Yep.
Okay.
And again, I cannot use Yakutsk. It's temporarily closed weather-wise.
Okay.
We are again EROPS between Circle Bratsk and Khabarovsk.
Khabarovsk. Okay.
Planned alternate is Haneda.
Good.
En route, the intermediates I used, I have nothing special, not wise. These are the aerodromes I used for planning.
Okay.
Here you got the significant towards Europe and Asia.
We're going far up to Sweden and Finland, huh?
Yep.
And all up to the Arctic Sea, huh?
Yep.
Far north, and come down to. Do we have Norilsk here in the
Yep.
vicinity?
Norilsk. Yep.
Okay.
We just don't use Norilsk for planning, for pre-flight
Khabarovsk,
planning.
and then over the Japan Sea to Tokyo. Good.
Then the weather.
Okay. Maybe in Zurich we have to see, huh?
Yep.
If expect light snowfall, we have to consider maybe a anti-icing.
Do you have any information about the de-icing of the airplane? Well, how
No.
is it?
No.
Well,
It's not shallow.
it's clean anyway as it's
Yeah.
coming out of the hangar.
No,
No,
it
it's
wasn't in the hangar.
wasn't in there.
It wasn't in the hangar.
Wasn't.
Okay,
Yeah,
so,
no special.
so
If
we
it
have to
says
see.
out of maintenance, that means not.
Not necessarily in the
We
hangar.
have to decide on the aircraft. Okay. So there is light snowfall planned in Zurich. We'll see. Huh? Then Tokyo, rain. Huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Showers of rain, mist.
But
That's temporary.
planning wise, is it okay?
Plannable.
Huh? 2000. It's okay. Probably the same weather in Haneda. Huh? Then St. Petersburg. 1000.
Temporarily down to 1 kilometer.
Coming down to 1500, huh? Broken for its Cat 1, no?
Everything I've done is Cat 1.
Okay. And a bit of snowfall in our time.
Yeah.
1000.
Because of the Europe leg, it's much longer that time frame.
Yeah.
A time frame, yeah.
Okay.
Now, next one is Bratsk. Yep.
Over here in Bratsk. Time frame is, what is it? 19 to 24, huh?
Yep.
Okay. A bit windy. Visibility is good.
Yep.
Light snow showers, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Planning wise, okay. As
Yep.
stops in Europe, so. And then we have Khabarovsk
Yep.
as well, huh?
Snow.
2000 in snow.
Yep.
Yeah. A bit windy. And then getting better.
Yeah.
But outside our time bracket. 01 is outside. So we have that 2000 in snow. Huh?
And as you can see here, Yakutsk. 300 meters.
Yeah, yeah, could falls down, huh? Below Cat
I
1.
didn't use it in
Okay.
the there.
Maybe we'll look in flight, maybe you can use it in flight, but
That's right.
planning wise,
Yep. Pre-flight note.
it's out of order. Okay.
Then the flight plan. I haven't got the release yet. If there is any difference, I will inform you.
So we discussed already the main issue was the flight time versus block.
That's correct. I have to mention that. Now
So-
we are planned with C80, even if
C80.
normally is a C0.
Zero flight.
Yeah.
So we coordinated with our network
That's right.
management to land latest 15 minutes after standard arrival. So
Yeah.
that's why we put up the cost index from 0 to 80. Good. Okay.
That's about it.
Thank you very much.
Have a good flight.
Ciao. Cheers.
Buddy, dank u vielmals. Bye-bye.
So we are now finalizing the planning and fuel decision. First of all, you will see during departure we have winter time here in Switzerland. And our routing will take us to the very north up to the Arctic Sea. We are having a so-called Siberian route today to Tokyo. So the main issue will be the airports en route, which are not really a lot. We can choose of it, and these airports will have winter conditions with very cold temperatures down to minus 30, minus 40 degrees centigrade. We'll have a chance en route to discuss the issue more in detail and to give you an insight of our planning contingencies we have en route. We are now finalizing the planning so that we can go to the crew briefing afterwards. Okay, we saw the overall situation. Weather-wise, here in Europe, a lot of clouds, mostly below our flight level. So incline we should go out. Meteo Switzerland just told me that we have heavy icing during climb out.
Which is marked over there.
Yeah, exactly. So our routing takes us directly towards Germany and then up to Sweden and Finland and further up to the Arctic Sea, far north, on the far north part of Siberia, and then on a southeasterly heading, passing nearby Yakutsk, which is weather-wise closed due to snow and low visibility, and then down to Khabarovsk, over the Japan Sea to Tokyo. En route, it looks not so bad. We have just here a jet stream, maybe causing light to moderate turbulences. Otherwise, it looks quite clear. Here we cross another two jets. Huh?
Funny enough, on the flight plan, no? The only turbulence mentioned really
Is down there.
Down here, getting into the Sea of Japan.
Okay. What is really remarkable here, you see the tropopause, which is very, very deep. So deep as flight level 190, which is very unusual. We'll have a more insight en route of that. So en route, it looks pretty fine. We saw already the strategic planning being Zurich and then St. Petersburg, Bratsk, Khabarovsk and Tokyo. As the airports are very far from each other, we have to plan with the extended range operation. We saw the weathers already. Not really nice, but plannable with Cat 1 and some snowfall. Of course, en route we have to make up our minds concerning the landing performance, if in any case needed. Is that okay?
That's fine for me.
Is that fine for you?
Sure.
We saw that already. Then toy-wise, no time-wise, we have no restrictions for our en route part. Zurich is, I suppose, well known to every one of you. Nothing really new. in Tokyo we have a lot of taxi restrictions. We can have a more detailed look in flight and before the approach. So, we expect winter here. We have probably do a precautionary measure to anti-ice the aircraft in case there is some snowfall before departure. Otherwise, we are illegal to take off with a contaminated aircraft. We expect a lot of planning en route on our Siberian route, weather-wise and airport-wise. We expect a normal approach in Tokyo. It will be raining though, but this will be no issue for our operation. So let's go now to the crew briefing and meet the cabin crew.
Ja, sorry.
Hello. Hi, hello Maya. Sorry, don't überrascht, hä? Okay, hello everybody and welcome to our Tokyo flight today. We already decided on to fly a bit high speed as the flight time was around 11 hours and 45. And we expect probably a de-icing here in Zurich. So with the high speed, we'll have a flight time, Donny, of 11:30, is that correct?
11:30. 11:30 to 11:55, which is block. So hopefully we'll be able to
So,
still make it on time.
according network management, we should be landing at least 15 minutes after standard time of arrival. That was the bracket. Huh? We'll do our best. I didn't see any critical connections, so we should probably start on time. Donny, to the flight, all yours.
Okay, this is going to be a very northern route today. All the way to the Barents Sea almost. And then flying a very, very northern route, even north of Norilsk, which is a probably famous place, and then into Tokyo, flying over the Sea of Japan and to Tokyo. What is special today, it's going to be a little bit bumpy getting out of Zurich, and we're going to expect some icing till about 18,000, 20,000 feet, and then it should be quite okay. We'll be crossing some jet streams around this area. We should actually be above. Can be a little bit bumpy again there. And the highest rate of turbulence that we're getting is expecting over the Sea of Japan and getting into Tokyo. Tokyo is a little bit rainy. Temperature is of maximum 13 to 14 degrees during the day. They're expecting some better weather tomorrow. And then it's going to go down with the temperatures of up to 2 degrees during the day, yeah? So the better temperatures today and tomorrow, and then as of Wednesday again. The winds in Tokyo turning from southwest to northwest, so we're going to expect an approach over the sea, quite a long approach.
This was Donny doing the last part with me in the flight back, and I start with Cornell. He also will have the charge of being a CRP, or pilot in command, the time I'm resting in the middle part of the flight. So, Cornell?
The most important facts are already set. Yes, so I have nothing wrong.
Okay. Please never hesitate to come into the cockpit. You're never disturbed, okay? Udo is a professional. He has already 9,000 cockpit hours. He knows exactly how to behave. Anything from you, Thomas?
Not really. It's not too plenty. We have one family member. I don't know.
Yes,
Do you have
I know
some
that.
idea?
Thank you for the
But
information.
no problem with the space.
It shouldn't be a problem with the space. Okay then. See you
Yeah,
later.
fine.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, see you later.
Thanks.
See you later.
So here we are. This is our aircraft to Tokyo. As you may see, we have winter conditions, and the major attention or issue for me today is to check the icing of the aircraft and the necessity of doing a de-icing, anti-icing or not. So come with me around the aircraft. Basically, it looks more or less clean. I just get an overall impression of the outside, let's say the nose and main gear, engines. From this perspective, it looks quite clean to me. Afterwards, when going up to the aircraft, we have to check the upper surface of the wing, which will probably have light frost with this light snowfall we have at the moment here in Zurich. Let's continue to walk around. So the engine intakes are clean, no issue, no frost, no ice. As well as the main gear, here on the lower side of the wing we have some light frost, which is not a problem at all from the aerodynamic perspective. The leading edge of the stabilizer is clean. Same for the left landing gear. And the left leading edge of the stabilizer. Also the rudder seems to be clean. So let's check the rudder and engine. As you can see on the upper side of the wing, there are some frost traces coming out of that light snow we have at the moment. As we are implementing a clean aircraft concept, so the aircraft has to be totally clean for departure. A de-icing will be necessary today on our flight. I will explain to you more in details while we are taxiing.
Hello together again. Now we are here in the cockpit, as you can see. We have now 40 minutes to go until our planned takeoff. Outside it's winter time now, it's light snow, and that means we have to de-ice the aircraft first. And when we can block off, that takes about 10 to 15 minutes more than our expected scheduled takeoff time. First of all, when we came into the cockpit, we have to do the cockpit preparation. All switches have to be at the exact position, at the right position. That's what I check in my function as a first officer. I starting with our captain. He's the pilot flying on this leg, and I'm the pilot monitoring. Cockpit preparation means as well to check the weather for the actual takeoff preparation, the calculation. It depends on the conditions outside, weather, the runway, the weight of the aircraft. Then next is I put into the system of our aircraft our flight plan. We can upload. This has it very good, in a good condition for our flight. Next step is to put in the winds. We can order this as well. It's all automatic, and then it's all in this little box. Our flight plan. And I can show it here on this display. It's all our route where we are flying. You see the left turn towards the north with a bigger radius. And then we check this with the flight plan, with our system, and as well with the navigation display. Go through this route. Here you only can see that the waypoints and not the geographical points, but we can talk about this later on the flight. We will show you. Okay. Looks all in the system. Here you can see the very special arrival. There was the test in the crew bunk, if it's working. So the route is checked from my side. The same will do our captain. The next step is I will do some work that I will be ready for the de-icing. We have a checklist. that's it. We'll go through this point by point, and this after the engine start, after pushback, we start the engines, then we go to our sign position, and then we start with the DSE. Next point, we will do a general briefing. That's what I'm waiting for, and the next point on checklist we'll do all together in our cockpit. Delivery got attack Swiss 160 on Echo 46. Then I was 343 unable to wait request clearance Narita.
Swiss 160 delivering Ritzy, runway 16, cleared Tokyo, Diggs to Sierra departure, squawk 3002.
16 Tokyo, Diggs to Sierra departure, squawk 3002, call you ready, Swiss 160.
I am. Delivery LL.
Diggs to Sierra's in the box.
Copy that. Tokyo, Diggs to Sierra. We can discuss the clearance already.
Yeah, sure, I'm ready.
Are you checking the charts? I'm checking the flight management system.
Okay, we'll do that.
On runway 16, it means initially course 153 to DME1 or at least 2,000 feet.
Yes.
Before the left turn, course 042 to intercept the course 087 to Zurich 502.
Exactly.
And initially we are restricted speed to 10. Zurich 502, we have to be above 4,000 feet. Then proceeding to Kolul, Zurich 504 plus 5,000, Zurich 525 above 70 and Diggs above 80. Initially cleared 5,000 feet, which is set already, and the squawk is 3002.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah, that's it.
ATC clearance verified.
Verified, thank you.
Donnie, welcome on board. If you agree, if you come in, we can do the general briefing. Is that okay?
Be with you in a minute.
That's it.
Yep.
Copy. Preparation completed. Crew at station. Aircraft
Crew at
lock.
station, please.
Aircraft lock. Cabin lock. Curage.
Okay, the cabin is fine. You got that message that we don't have that tape, which Thomas, our MC, was looking for.
I got it.
Aircraft status, nothing really special. We already have a modification on our performance page, the default acceleration altitude, and the OAB reminder concerning the nav ADR 123, which is well known.
Okay.
Then QRH, a sum up of the OABs which are still valid. We have one OAB concerning erroneous radio altimeter. Procedure is clear for you?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Then the nav ADR 123, which is mentioned in the aircraft log. We have the variation in engine 1 parameters. Do you already have that?
No, not yet. No.
Me neither. And the very new one is that abnormal alpha proton. Huh?
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
I checked it as well on my side.
You checked it as well. Okay. Then in case we have winter operation, in case we have any problem with our speed indication, today, with a weight of 247 tons, the initial pitch for a level off with flaps 2, F takeoff speed will be around 8.5 degrees.
8.5.
With a power setting of 76 and 1.
85761.
76.
Thank you.
All check.
Checked. Fuel quantity. We ordered 83.3. Here is the
83.3. We have 83.4. 2,800 in the tail. The other tanks have all fuel, including the outer tanks. Then you inserted the fuel figures here.
I did it.
We have a
Difference
difference
200.
of 200 kilo, which is within limits. And last but not least,
Deliver sheet.
fuel sheet. Okay, thank you. Last but not least, 400 taxi, 83. I put in the actual fuel, 83.5.
Okay.
Checked.
Checked. Altimeters. QNH 1026.
1026, reading 1400 feet.
Reading 1390.
Check.
Checked. Parking brake.
Park brake on.
Pressure is a little bit low. FMGS.
FMGS. Oh, I checked all the routing. We already inserted our SID. 16 for a landing in Tokyo, 34 left. Distance is cross-checked. Fuel on board is correct according to our calculation. Did you select any radios? I take the
No,
Cloten
I didn't.
VOR on nav 1.
Okay.
What about the secondary?
Just a 16 inserted for a quick
Okay,
return.
so an ILS 16 already inserted in case of a quick return.
Yes, that's it.
That's checked set.
Checked that. 8 years.
Navigation mode. ADRs 1 is reading north 4727.5. East
Yes.
00A32.9er.
That's what written over there.
Cross checked on all 3 platforms. Then the deviations within limits, and we have GPS primary. Checked.
Checked. EFIS, FCU.
026, 5000, and we have climb nav blue. Checked.
Checked. Crew stations completed.
Thank you. General briefing. Okay, I take one. Looking forward to our flights and cooperation. The main issue today is that we have a guest in the cockpit, which, hello Udo, once more, welcome with us in the team. Udo knows exactly how to behave. Nevertheless, he is a bit of a disturbance. So that means for us, we have to organize our workload as safely as possible. That means every time somebody is speaking or explaining something, the other one takes over the flight and communication automatically. For the taxi and takeoff, it will be your main issue to observe our work and to intervene if you see anything missing or anything wrongly done. Otherwise, let's have a very low intervention level.
Okay.
Just pop in if you have any feeling of stand by, there's something wrong, or I see it differently. Okay.
Good.
Today we have winter operation in Zurich. As we can see, it's snowing. So we are planning already to have a de-icing. This will be done remotely on the de-icing stand. Performance-wise, we are not that heavy. We are 30 tons below max takeoff weight. Nevertheless, in case of an abortion, I will use full reverse. What I expect from you, besides of checking your points, is to monitor my actions until setting park brakes. And then you speak with the tower, I give a cabin crew at station, and we analyze our situation and decide on the procedure. We are doing our standard work. You are observing us on our work up to the on-ground emergency, and then you do the standard evacuation duty.
Okay.
And I will use you, I don't know yet, appropriately, according to situation. Okay?
Okay. I take Udo with me.
You have an eye on Udo. Okay? For the takeoff, any case happens, during climb out, fly, navigate is the main issue. Fly, navigate, the rest according to the procedure we are well known.
Okay, good.
I suppose the new SOP, Airbus SOP is already routine for you. Is that okay? Or
Yes.
do we have to have a special focus on that? As
No,
far as
no.
I'm concerned, I want to do it perfectly, okay? Including the wording and the call-outs. So anything, even a small thing, please tell me. Okay.
Same to me, for
Good.
sure.
Any comments from your side?
No, it's all clear.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
So we are receiving the load sheet already, so we can start our performance calculation. According to load sheets, we'll have a total passenger of 187.
187.
Yeah. And a takeoff weight will be 246.3.
2463.
Yes. The trip fuel is checked. The MACDO is checked. The nose up is 3.4. So check the load sheet from your side, and we can start with the B4 engine start checklist.
I will. Thank you. I'll write the figures down.
Yeah.
Start the APU, okay for you?
Yeah.
Seatbelts.
Seatbelts is me. On.
Load sheet LMC.
Check.
Checked. Takeoff data.
You should insert max zero fuel weight 32.9.
32.9.
With a zero fuel weight of 163.4.
32.9 with 163.4 and block fuel 83.5 makes takeoff weight of 246.5.
Okay, that's 200 difference because of the 200 kilo more fuel we have on board.
Sure.
Then the MACDO is checked. The nose up trim is 3.4. Huh?
3.4 is inserted.
Okay. Okay, stand by a second. Luciano, flight deck.
Luciano, dit is de toon. 187 overhead. Bestätigt. Die contract
Super, danke vielmals, Tom. Okay, then we do a takeoff calculation with the runway 16. Pick it out, Savit, Fino man. Runway 16
16.
in Zurich, which is 3,700 meters long. And I took tail 3.
Tail 4, yeah, make the same figures.
Okay, temperature 0, QNH 1026.
Yes.
With water 1 quart.
Water 1 quart. Check.
Conservatively planned. Engine and wing anti-ice on. The weight is 247.
247.
And takeoff CG above 26. This gave a result of V1 27, V rotate 43, V2 151. Engine out acceleration is 3,250, okay, already inserted. And we are VMCG, that means minimum control speed ground limited. Clean speed is correct. And we have a stop margin of 79 meters. And with 10 minutes torque out thrust, we can reach above 6,000 meters. Yes?
Ciao, baby. Schön again.
Okay. Schön Stagli, merci. Did you do a recheck?
Yes, the difference was just this one knot in the tail width.
One knot tail, it makes
yeah,
a difference.
the limit,
Okay.
like this calculation.
But you agree with tail 3, it gives an actual wind?
Sure, yeah. It's
The actual reported
210
wind of
with
the ATIS is 210,
210
with 4.
yeah.
So with tail 3 we are
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
conservatively planned. So, figures are inserted, huh?
Inserted. Backflow.
Backflow is norm.
Norm, windows, doors, slides. This is to go.
Closed. Cabin crew yellow door selector armed. Muchas
Adesso
gracias.
vienerisch. Du già vienerisch, oder?
Dankeschön. That's to go, windows, doors,
To
slides.
go. 2 doors still in arming process. Then here on the NOTOC we have nothing special. Huh? Smoked salmon, diamonds, and cuttings.
Okay.
Door 4 right missing. Okay, closed and armed, the bulk still open.
Checked. Would you continue? Or?
We stand by here.
Okay, stand by.
Okay. I'll welcome the passenger.
Guten Tag, meine Damen und Herren, es spricht der Captain, mein Name ist Luciano Covolan. Im Namen der gesamten Besatzung freue ich mich, Sie an Bord begrüßen zu dürfen auf unserem Swiss International Airlines Flight nach Tokio. Wir werden in wenigen Minuten bereit sein, pünktlich hier die Triebwerke laufen zu lassen. Mit mir im Cockpit meine beiden Kollegen Cornel Brülisauer und Daniel Riediger. Wir wünschen Ihnen jetzt schon einen schönen Flug. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The captain speaking. My name is Luciano Covolan. On behalf of the entire crew, I'd like to welcome you on board the Swiss International Airlines flight to Tokyo. We are ready within the next few minutes in order to start our engine nicely on schedule. Hope you're feeling already comfortable on board. With me in the flight deck, First Officer Cornel Brülisauer and Daniel Riediger. We'd like to wish already now a very nice flight. Closed and armed.
Closed arms, nose with steering disc.
Disconnect.
Disconnect. ATC auto, beacon is on. All set, ready, start and push.
Ready for pushback.
Okay, dann können Sie in dem Fall Bremse haben wir schon gelöst. In dem Fall können Sie, sobald wir uns zurückstoßen, den Triebwerk laufen lassen.
Okay, danke. Station reports. We are exactly on time.
We have een goede dag. Dus aan het vlog was er aan het aan Foxtrot.
Start engines.
This is 146, contact page coordinator Foxtrot. Bis nachher. Bis später 146.
Engine 1, engine 2.
Starting engines.
So, Sie können die Bremse wieder setzen.
Engine 3.
Park brake set.
Engine 4.
Zurich, April, German wing 767, crossing runway 28 on Foxtrot, hello. German wing 767, taxiing via Bravo, holding for Juliet.
So 388 from grid to start up and pushback approved. Good start, 38 push.
Before taxi, all clear signal.
Right inside.
Received. Ready for taxi.
Yes.
Swiss 160, ready for taxi.
So 160, taxi via Foxtrot to the icing lane Foxtrot 1.
Foxtrot, the icing lane, Foxtrot 1, Swiss 160.
Yeah.
Swiss 160. Swiss 160.
Start de-icing checklist, please.
There's a checklist after engine start. Ecam status. Checked, we have no
Checked.
status. All clear signal.
Was received, huh?
I will stop the de-icing pad. Cabin pressure mode selector check auto.
Cabin pressure mode select auto.
Is auto. Thrust levers idle.
Thrust levers idle.
Engine bleeds 1 to 4 and APU bleed off.
Engine bleed 1, 2, 3, 4. AP bleed is off.
It's off. Teaching on.
Air. Teaching, confirm.
Confirmed.
On.
Note ecam warnings. Cabin pressure forward. Tow flow not open. And cabin pressure, the other one will be triggered.
Okay, this
Could
warning
be,
we have to expect.
Yes. And checklist P4 is completed. Next point
Okay.
is after de-icing.
So we are ready for the
These
icing,
are
huh?
closed.
Is 160, parking brake is set, ready for the icing.
This is 160. We apply two-step procedure. First step, 100% hot water. Second step, 100% type 4. Brand name is Killfrost. Wing and stabilizer.
Cockpit is 160.
Okay, two-step,
Jawohl. Pass 100. Type 4
de-icing
Killfrost.
with hot water, and then they put 100 type 4 Killfrost.
That's
Okay.
I get this one.
I do a quick announcement of the passenger.
Okay. All mine.
Meine sehr verehrten Fluggäste, nochmals der Captain. Wie Sie in Kürze bemerken werden, wird nun unser Flugzeug gesäubert von Schnee und Eis und dann auch geschützt mit einer Anti-Eis-Flüssigkeit, damit wir mit einem sauberen Flugzeug hier in Zürich starten können. Dies wird rund 10 bis 15 Minuten in Anspruch nehmen. Ich bedanke mich für Ihre Geduld und Ihr Verständnis. Ladies and gentlemen, once more, the captain, as you may see on the left and right hand side, our aircraft will be cleaned from snow and ice and protected with an anti-ice liquid in order to take off here in Zurich with a clean aircraft. I thank you very much for your patience and understanding. In the meantime, we could do a takeoff briefing.
Sure.
As the de-icing is in progress. We have light snowfall. We calculated our takeoff with water accord. This is a quite
Exactly,
conservative
yeah.
factor, so I think there shouldn't be any problem. I expect the actual conditions to be wet.
Okay.
We are roughly 30 tons below max takeoff weight, but still 55 tons above max landing weight.
That's it.
We calculate the bit tailwind. Actually, we have a little bit of headwind. Huh? Okay. The decision speed, which is quite low, 127. In case of abortion, I will put full reverse. If we continue, it's a long way to our rotation speed, which is 143. And our minimum climb out speed is 151 V2. Proceeding according a non-standard FCOP here in Zurich, non-standard climb out procedure, which means straight ahead up to 2.4 miles Cloten VOR, then turn left track 136 up to 4.8, again left towards the airport, towards Cloten VOR, and then joining the radial 255 and then expecting vectors to Gippo.
Okay.
The minimum engine out acceleration altitude is 3,250 feet. And we are climbing to at least 6,000 feet, which is the highest sector altitude to the northwest.
6,000
Probably
minimum.
higher for troubleshooting.
Okay.
Okay. We have IMC conditions in case of a severe problem like smoke and fire. We do the same procedure up to turn back to the airport, and then we coordinate with ADC, maybe with no configuration change, flaps 2, for a downwind left or right at about 4,000 feet IFR.
Okay.
Okay. And then we land overweight. We did already our landing calculation.
146.
presuming already an engine failure for our approach, which we get a factored landing distance on runway 16.
That's what I checked before.
Already prepared on the secondary flight.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any question?
No, everything's clear.
Completed.
Completed.
Okay, our de-icing is still in progress. They are still cleaning and then putting a de-icing fluid, which is of the type 4. We have different types. We have type 1 and 2, and usually type 4, which is used, which has a higher viscosity and a better anti-icing protection effects, giving us a holdover timetable of enough minutes in order to be able to taxi quietly to our takeoff position and do takeoff before the holdover time expires. Here in Zurich we have a special fluid called kill frost, which will give us even a little better holdover time than the standard type 4 fluid we usually use. This fluid, you can imagine, is protecting our structure, especially our wings, from icing and accumulating of snow, because we are taking off in fact with precipitation. So with this fluid our structure will be protected, and its viscosity is of such a shape that during takeoff, as soon as we reach roughly 100 knots, the fluid will totally dissipate off the structure, so that there will be no aerodynamic effect at all for our takeoff rotation. So it's quite a clever invention. By the way, here in Zurich, as we need a lot of fluid which is used, the fluid is collected in such a way that it will be recirculated in order not to damage the environment. At the end, we will insert our de-icing procedure into the system, differentiating between one step, two step. Today, of course, we have a two-step procedure. That means cleaning and protection. And we have been informed that type 4 100% will be used. At the end, we will insert that together with the application time, where our holdover time calculation starts. So I'm looking forward within the next 5 minutes that we will be ready for taxi again. The issue here during initial climb will be the icing.
The icing.
We switched on all the de-icing system. By the way, the anti-icing, de-icing systems we have here, engine anti-icing, mainly warms up the engine intakes, and the wing anti-ice uses bleed air to warm up the leading edge of the aircraft. So in order to prevent any ice accumulation, which will have, of course, an impact on the aerodynamics of the flight. Time-wise, if we plan with a takeoff, let's say optimistically at 12:35, we end up with a landing time of 23:55 Zulu.
That's scheduled time.
Is that scheduled
Exactly.
time? Okay, perfect. So our strategy with cost index 80 worked out.
Should work, so.
Very good. 100 nautical miles.
De-icing and post-anti-ice check is completed. Anti-icing started at 1311. You are clear of trucks. For departure, please call apron and 121.85. Habt a gute Flug.
Start time 1311, copy. Dankeschön. 12185. Master time is 160.
Hotel Bravo, Bravo 2, please contact to board.
Okay, after de-icing checklist.
PAX on takeoff is planned. That's not our flight. Okay, then ACAS de-icing data sent.
Could you cross-check?
So,
2 steps, 100, wing and tail.
It's checked.
And 1311. Was that Zulu?
Zulu, yeah.
No, that was local.
I was local, and this is local.
So it's 1211.
1211, yeah, for sure.
Zulu. Okay. The icing data sent.
Thank you. Ditching, normal.
Confirm. Ditching. Normal.
Outflow valves, check open.
They are gradually opening. Okay, continue.
Engine bleed 1, 2, 3 and 4 on.
1, 2, 3, 4 on.
The APU bleed remains off.
Yes.
Anti-ice as required. It's already on.
It's already on. All the icing.
Radar and pitch trim.
0 and set.
Set. Flight controls. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Rudder.
Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Pick up Peter, Thomas.
Checked my side. Takeoff memo.
All green.
All green. ECAM status.
Check.
Checked. Before taxi. All clear signal.
Before taxi.
That's
Is received.
already received. Ready for taxi. 12185 again. Waypoints is 160 again. On Foxtrot 1 ready for taxi.
This is 160, taxi straight ahead via Echo to holding position Echo 2.
Straight ahead Echo to Echo 2. So it's 160.
Clear left.
Clear right.
All the position Echo 2.
Echo 2 if
So of course in winter operation our flight controls are the main issue pre-flight. Especially our flight control check as usual, but also the setting of the flaps and the slats. For instance, if we have heavy precipitation, we postpone the flaps and slat setting until starting takeoff in order to prevent any accumulation of snow and ice within the slats and the flaps. Today we have already put the flap slats as the snowfall is light. So we are approaching our takeoff position.
we are already clear for lineup.
Already cleared lineup?
We have to do the checklist before takeoff.
Before lineup.
Before takeoff first. ATC clearance. That's the Degas 2 Sierra.
Degas 2 Sierra, you wrote in before takeoff, of course. Degas 2 Sierra, that's the one we discussed already. 5,000 feet, squawk 3002. Verified.
Verified. Takeoff briefing.
It's completed. A low V1 speed, a big difference to the rotation speed. V2 151, 33, at least 6,000, as discussed.
Completed.
Completed.
Flaps takeoff data.
2, no flex, 2751, -1. Recheck.
Rechecked. Before lineup.
We are clear to land.
Clear to lineup.
Cabin missing.
Ika memo.
Check.
Check.
Approach is as far as possible. Check and clear.
Mike 1 and 2.
Off.
Off. Cabin.
Not yet.
Not yet. To go.
16 is checked. Cabin ready.
Ready. Ready for departure.
Oscar Quebec Kilo is Echo Charlie 35, is heading 230, 6,000 feet, is looking for an ISR flight plan through Lima Sierra Zulu Bravo for a cloud break to continue VFR to Chambord, Oscar Quebec Kilo. Oscar Quebec Kilo, roger, Echo Charlie back. 3 Lima, Zurich Tower, line up runway 28, report ready for departure.
On runway 16.
Runway and heading check.
Check.
Hard brake set. We calculated with a quarter slush. Actually, we have wet conditions.
That's it.
6160, wind 20 degrees 4 knots, runway 16, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 16, Miss 160.
Wind is okay.
200
Ready?
before. Yeah. Ready.
Time and fuel. Take off. Manuel Toga, SRS, runway, A thrust blue.
Thrust set.
That is correct, speed of 3 Lima, goodbye.
100 knots.
Check.
B1.
Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up. Nav.
Checked. Gear up.
We have 2,000 feet, 1 mile. Starting left.
Checked.
Is 160, contact departure, good flip.
Charlie SG Praxis 160.
Merci.
Charlie Swiss 160, heading 2,600 feet, landing 5,000.
Swiss 160, heavy departure 95, climb to flight level 120.
Landing flight level 120, Swiss 160.
2,000 blue.
Checked.
Thrust climb, A thrust.
Checked.
Climb.
Check.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Flaps 0.
Speed checked. Flap 0.
Minimum altitudes, no issue. Take off. Manuel Toga, SRS, runway, A thrust blue.
Thrust set. Another knot.
Check.
V1.
Rotate. Positive plan.
Gear up. Nav.
Checked. Gear up.
We have 2,000 feet, 1 mile. Starting left.
Checked. German German Taxi 160. German Swiss 160 heading crossing 2,600 feet and 5,000. Landing flight level 120 Swiss 160.
2,000 blue.
Checked.
Thrust climb, A thrust.
Checked.
See any icing? Not yet.
Tetrakies. Genau. Ups.
Okay, finally coming out of clouds. I still leave the wing and anti-ice, engine anti-ice on for a while. Until the no ice detected. Very sure. So the rate is fine. 126.
160 Richmond, proceed to take it for the time, climb flight level 240.
Climbing flight level 240 to take us to 160.
Flight level 240 blue, checked, on course to Diggers.
Op de Bravo Juliet, Sierra Golf, 95 grote dingen in Udine. 160, turn to the left, Alago, Minga.
Left to Alago, then Minga, Swiss 160.
Okay, recleared Alago with the beam points. Direct, checked. And next point is
Minga.
Minga, which is en route. Huh?
Okay, let's check.
Navigation, Alago. Seatbelt.
Yeah, smooth.
I think it's good, huh?
Me too.
Up. Then clearing the floating VOR. And copying active on secondary. In the meantime, we are cruising on our northerly routing today, already overflying the region of Copenhagen. If we just sum up our flight from takeoff up to now. We departed runway 16 in Zurich on an easterly departure called Deges 2 Sierra. As you remember, after departure we turned left towards the eastern part of Switzerland and the Lake of Constance. And this routing led us finally overhead Stuttgart, and then we continued over the middle part of Germany, Frankfurt, overflying Hamburg, and now we are already, as mentioned, in the region of Copenhagen. We didn't experience that problematic icing as was forecasted. We only had icing at higher levels, like up 250, from 250 up flight level 300. Nothing special more to be mentioned operationally. The takeoff, by the way, in Zurich was on runway 16, which is usually used for the long-range heavy aircrafts in Zurich during the afternoon. In the meantime, we are over Finland on our Siberia northern route today. Let me give you a quick brush up geographically. So we have reached already Finland, and on our routing planned today, which will lead us to a most northern point, which will be 20 degrees of latitude, 70, I correct myself, 70 degrees of northern latitude. We'll overfly the Kara Sea. That's the most northern point we reach. Then continue via the region of Norilsk. Finally, Yakutsk and Khabarovsk. Then the Japan Sea into Tokyo. Unusual northern routes. We usually fly over the central parts of Siberia, but today with the winds and the optimum flight time, our dispatch chose a really northern route. And the challenge up here is, and as you can see on the chart, that we are far away from big cities and airports that we usually have on the southern part of Siberia. So the challenge is the selection of intermediate airports and the weather, which will allow us an operation to these intermediate airports in case of an urgency, like medical urgency or a technical urgency. Why the challenge? Because the airports up here are, especially during winter time, as we have now, are quite cold. They can reach temperatures like minus 50 degrees and usually contaminated. That means we have to calculate progressively our landing performance in order to make up our mind on every minute we are flying on our flight progress, which airport would be adequate at that very moment if the chief cabin crew comes forward and tell us that we have a passenger, for instance, with a medical emergency. What do we have up here? Our dispatcher planned basically with one so-called AeroPS lag, that means extended range operation. That means on a 4-engine aircraft when we fly out of a circle of 90 minutes from an airport. The last one before entering the AeroPS lag plant will be St. Petersburg. And then we get AeroPS here over the Lara Sea. And the next one, as intermediate in AeroPS alternate plant, will be Bratsk. In the middle part, we would have Surgut, which would be adequate, but was weather-wise not that nice, with snowfall and low visibility. The other option would be Norilsk in the far north, which is a quite adequate airport concerning runway and runway lengths, but weather-wise, we had a tempo visibility falling down to 1,000 meters and scatter 500. So en route, in a case we need it, it could be an option. We have, of course, to remain updated and pick up actual weathers. For me, it is still an option in case needed. The other options, which would have been possible to plan, was Yakutsk, but Yakutsk as well on the forecast has a tempo over the entire planning time of below Cat 1, that means 300 meters in fog with vertical visibility 300. So planning wise, Yakutsk was not an option. Of course, in flight, in case needed, we would have this option as well. So our main concern now is to stay aware, to keep a situation awareness of where we would go during the whole flight, where we could go in case an urgency comes up. To sum up, a very northerly routing with not that many options concerning airports, with very cold weather conditions and contaminated runways, which have to be analyzed progressively and instantaneously the entire flight progress. By the way, our limitation from Airbus allows us a operation with this aircraft from more or less minus 55 degrees to up to 55 degrees. So usually we are within this bracket, although operation with minus 50 degrees would be quite a challenge, especially for the engine start and particularly for the water in the aircraft, which has to be dropped quite instantaneously before getting icy and blocking all our feeding lines. So we have to bear in mind as well this kind of operation in case of urgency. Nonetheless, to be mentioned, if we have to land at an airport with minus 50 degrees, we as human beings would have a problem as well, as we don't have the warmest winter clothes with us in the cockpit. So let's hope that we can proceed with normal operation and don't have to bother about an emergency landing up in this region.
Petersburg, J Swiss 160, heavy, level 350.
Swiss 160, Petersburg Control, good afternoon. Identified, next report, Onaki.
Call you Onaki at 41, Swiss 160.
So how is the routing chosen by dispatch normally? Of course, the first priority is always the shortest possible distance, versus the shortest possible flight time. I mean, the top priority is, of course, the flight time, as this is influencing our fuel consumption and our total cost. Today, the routing chosen is within a Great Circle index of 105. That means we are flying more or less along the Great Circle, which is the shortest distance between Zurich and Tokyo, for instance, today, and deviating from this shortest distance just 5%. The second factor is the wind, the overall wind conditions, and as already mentioned, the highest priority, of course, is the flight time. Besides of this, our dispatcher is also calculating the overflight costs. Not every airway, not every air traffic control center has the same cost structure. For instance, on our routing, the airway A333, which was chosen today, costs an additional of 4,000 francs. And here the dispatcher evaluates the benefit in flight time calculated in fuel burn against the benefit of spending or not spending the additional air traffic costs for our overflight. So it is quite a balancing to minimize, at the end of the day, to minimize the operating costs as good as possible. As we already discussed, being on a northerly route with only a few airports available in this region, I'd like to give you an insight of 4 airports, 4 options, 4 landing options we'll have in this mid to northern part of Siberia. Here we have our routing, and I take this section. We already passed Finland and are more or less at this position. So the next possible option would be an airport called Surgut. Surgut having a runway 0725 of roughly 2,800 meters length, and 2 approaches from the northeast or from the southwest, runway 07 or runway 25, both approaches having an ILS installation with the category 1 minima. So, not so bad option, considering that Surgut is quite a big city with a good infrastructure concerning terminal and passenger handling. The next possible option would have been Norilsk, which was bad in the forecast, but retrieving actual weather in, let's say, 1 hour, this could be a good landing option for us. We are just flying overhead, by the way. Norilsk having a runway of 3,430 meters with some taxiway restrictions, but a good main apron infrastructure, and 2 approaches, one on runway 19, one on runway 01, having ILS category 1 installation. So, also a good option. Of course, the point up here would be the low temperatures. And as already mentioned, just to recap, Our environmental envelope, according Airbus, for the takeoff and landing is between minus 53 to up to minus 55. So, minus 50 or less freezing temperatures are not that unusual up here, especially in Norilsk and also the next option in Yakutsk. So we might be just at the border of our environmental limitation schedule according the manufacturer. The other points which have to be considered up here, and just to bring it back to your mind, on our routing up here the tropopause is very, very low. Like on the lowest point here, only 19,000 feet. Usually the tropopause is at between 30 and 40,000 feet of altitude. So that means we are far up in the stratosphere now. And if you see the actual outside temperature, which is minus 65, maybe at 10 degrees lower than standard, and considering the flight time, we have to expect our fuel temperature, especially in the outer wing section, to drop near the limiting minus temperature we may have for this aircraft. At the moment, the indicated temperature is minus 31, far enough. Our limitation for the fuel temperature would be minus 47 with jet A1 fuel. Minus 47. We still have 16 degrees to go, but considering the flight time and considering that the outside temperature will remain at this roughly minus 65 degrees, we have to expect a fuel load temperature advice in a few hours. In this case, the procedure would ask us to empty the outer tank or to choose a lower flight level. We'll discuss it when we will be confronted with this special detail. Otherwise, to sum up on our routing, the weather is quite fair. So the winds are not so strong. The jets are rather of a little dimension that we expect practically over the entire flight smooth operation. We are in the area of Murma control, and we have been advised by the controller that reaching position Arbuk, our radar service will be terminated. That means obviously that we are getting into a range where radar coverage is not applicable anymore. I remember in earlier days we had more regions without radar coverage, and even with HF communication, as the VHF was not so common. This is really different nowadays. Practically all the area of Russia and Siberia is VHF covered and radar covered. Here we are just, as we are so far north, just at the edge of that coverage. North Mersey, perhaps if I remember my co-pilot time on a DC-10, on the flight from Zurich to Tokyo or backwards, especially backwards. Sometimes, of course, we were payload restricted, so we couldn't take enough fuel to do the routing on directly. So we usually did a stopover in Moscow. By the way, at that time, our traffic rights for the overflight permission over Russia was coupled or was conditioned that we had to do a stopover in Moscow. So the crew going to Tokyo did Zurich, Moscow, then was interchanged with another crew who did Moscow, Tokyo. And of course, with operating costs which were more elevated than nowadays. Noteworthy also that once we introduced the MD-11 after DC-10, the MD-11 had a much wider range, so the stopover was not required anymore. We could do the flights from Zurich, Tokyo and back without reduction in payload. But at the beginning, we had to do a stopover in Moscow as it was coupled with our traffic rights, and Swissair at that time had to negotiate for almost 1 or 2 years until they got permission to do the routing directly. But as a compensation, we had to pay, if I remember correctly, around $1 million per frequency per year to be able to do the flight directly without stopover. Those were other times, and some states and some air traffic controls made good money.
In the meantime, we are already 3.5 hours in the air. We had a takeoff weight of about 245 tons. Our actual weight, you can see it here, is 218 tons. That means we have a lot of fuel burned already yet. Now 28,900 kilogram fuel. That's what we used already after 3.5 hours flight time. We expect to use some more. Our actual fuel on board is 54,700 around kilograms. And our expected fuel on ground will be around 8 tons. That means our burn until Tokyo will be 46 tons again for the remainder of the flight. Our certified landing weight, our maximum certified landing weight under normal conditions is 192 tons. Actually, as I already said, it's 218. That means we are almost 30 tons above our maximum landing weight under normal conditions. If we have a problem, if we had to do an emergency landing, we can disregard that, but later on that means we had a technical inspection from the aircraft. The fuel burn at the moment with 4 running engines actually is about 6.5 tons per hour.
Mariam Control, good evening. Swiss 160 Heavy, flight level 350, position Bemore, squawking 3002.
Swiss 160, Narita Control, good evening. Maintain level 350, next report, Abgar.
Okay, maintain level 350, next report, Abgar, Swiss 160. We are getting more and more now to a region where the availability of adequate aerodromes is not so easy within a reasonable distance. In case of, let's say, minor problems or contingencies, like, for instance, an engine failure, where we have enough time to plan and to do quite a distance. We have enough options and airports near big cities with good infrastructure. The problem or the issue is in case of emergencies, especially in case of top emergencies. Let's say we have a smoke evolution in the airplane, then we have to land as soon as possible So within, let's say, 15 to 30 minutes. And in those cases, of course, we have brackets on our routing where these operational aerodromes will not be available anymore. Nevertheless, when I consult my en route chart, I see airports near our routing, but airports without any documentation from us. So I see, for instance, an airport called Narita, having runway lengths of 2,000, roughly 2,500 meters, used for civil and military purpose, but we have no documentation in it. When I continue now routing, we have another one nearby, Bovarenkovo, used for civil aviation with a runway length of roughly 2,700 meters. Going further down route, we have Norilsk, which I already mentioned, is already a very good option, also from the operational side. So the issue will be in the region where our operational possibilities are restricted and where we have to focus on airports which are not documented in our electronic route manual and in which I will be depending totally on the support of air traffic control, more or less giving vectors towards these airports and giving advices and some kind of precision approach radar to be able to land in case of emergency at those airports which are not operationally documented. So we try to make up our minds about, again, the opportunities we would have in case of a contingency, and as discussed beforehand, there are some airports around which are not all documented in our route manual, with some exceptions. For instance, Salakart, which is documented with 2 ILS approaches and a runway length of 2,723 meters. And we tried to make us a picture about the availability of the airport weather-wise. Unfortunately, and this is also a problem up here in this Siberian area, that we don't get any meteorological data, any weather reports. For instance, of Salakart, no weather available. So we are again depending on air traffic control, giving us the support of a weather report in order to find out the availability of the airport. We already reached our 70 degrees northern latitude, which is the most northern point of our routing. By the way, up here we have a variation. If you could spot here on the compass, we have a magnetic heading of 067, and if I change to through reference, we have a magnetic heading of 092. That makes 25 degrees difference, so that's the variation up here. Above 65 north, by the way, we can also display the so-called grid track, which was used in earlier days, like on DC-8, to navigate in this northern hemisphere, where the longitude are very tight and following the great circle, you had to change your heading every minute, more or less. And with this grid track, you could follow a track with a so-called constant heading. Nowadays, it has no meaning anymore, as we are flying with inertial system and following our grid track or our routing without orientation to the magnetic or true heading. They had the section on board, exactly. They had to calculate their position with astronomic fixes, stars and planets, and there was a navigator in the cockpit doing this calculation and giving the information to the pilots, and they corrected their heading together with the wind information they had. Of course, the navigation was not that exact as it is in these days, but on the other hand, the traffic was not so dense, and the airways had more tolerances to consider this lower accuracy in navigation. Yes, only within Swissair, actually, it was the DC-10, which had, or the Jumbo, the 747, by the way, which had the first inertial reference system, followed by the DC-10, which had a so-called area navigation system. So the inertial reference position were combined with navigation aids to update the accuracy. Nowadays, we of course update our navigation system with GPS, the well-known GPS, which gives us an accuracy of very high grade, like 0.1 to 0.3 nautical miles. So that is the evolution within, let's say, 35 years. So not such a long time ago. Already 5 hours airborne. We have a shift change. That means Daniel came forward to the cockpit now, and Cornell will take over my seat and take over the captaincy. For the time, I will be having rest for about 2 and 3 hours. Daniel, you already are doing a fuel check?
I'm already working.
Already working. What is the result of the fuel check?
Okay, you're 4 minutes ahead. We have 300 minus, that is, we have used 300 more than planned, but I see you're catching up. And minus 300 in total, which makes it 83 tons. That's going to be
132.5 Swiss 160, so long. Control, good morning, Swiss 160, heavy level 350.
160, Crossair Control. Morning, radar contact maintains flight level 350, next report at Bicao.
Heading level 350, next Bicao, Swiss 160, heavy.
And we
okay,
yeah.
So we just changed the frequency. We're on the radar contact 300, and remaining fuel is going to be 7.6, which is going to be giving you committed into Narita 5 tons, which makes it about an hour.
Okay, so as planned, more or less.
That's
As
it.
you change the frequency now, and we are approaching Norilsk in about 160 miles,
20
you
minutes.
ask the control to give you an actual weather, as we cannot get weather
I will ask him right away.
over the ACARS.
Okay, now.
And listening to the ATIS, it's not a big help as the ATIS is in Russian and I don't speak Russian.
See, this
Do you
is
speak Russian?
not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
92.
Swiss 160, Krasnoyarsk control, pass your message.
Swiss 160, we'd appreciate weather of Norilsk. Would you have that?
Swiss 160, stand by.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Swiss 160, control, weather for uniform Oscar, 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 at time 1700 UTC, wind 160 degrees, 8 meters per second, visibility 6 kilometers, low distance now, mist, no significant cloud, temperature minus 22, dew point minus 25, KC 737 millimeters. I'm back in action 4 and runway in use 19.
Copied all that. Thank you very much, Swiss 160.
Perfect. So Norilsk.
You're welcome.
So Norilsk is a very good option for us now. The weather looks fine so far. The runway is 3,430 meters, and we have an ILS approach on runway 19. Okay?
That's it.
That's it. So you are in the situation awareness. As I already mentioned, technically there was no specials.
Except for my lamp.
Except for your
which
lamp.
is not working and is a pain in the neck at night.
I know. But there's nothing we can do about that. For time being.
Yeah, we'll give it a check on that.
Are you in the picture?
Yes, I am.
Are you ready to take over?
I'm ready, yeah.
Okay.
How about, did you guys ask for a higher level so far?
Not yet.
We could be asking for 370, huh? We could.
Yeah, would be an option, huh?
Okay.
Okay.
Have a good, I have control, you have a good rest.
You'd like to take your crew bag over here?
No, no.
See you later.
See you later, yeah, have a good rest.
Good night, good night.
Good night. Bye. See you later. Good morning, everybody. We are in a region already slightly to the south of Khabarovsk, gradually approaching the border to Japan and expecting the sunrise within approximately 15 minutes. We are over the Japan Sea in the meantime. Approaching the main island of Japan and soon starting our descent. In this phase of flight, we'd like to prepare ourselves for the approach. According to the latest weather report we received, with northerly winds and quite rainy, visibility around 1800 meters, we have to expect an approach onto the runway 34. Tokyo Narita, which we fly in, consists of a parallel runway system, one runway being the longer one, it's runway 16 right and 34 left, and one being the shorter one, 16 left, 34 right. We are planning on preparing ourselves for an approach onto runway 34 left, which is 4,000 meters long and 60 meters wide. The navigation is already set up, all the procedure, including the standard arrival procedure, and finally the ILS navigation to the runway, as mentioned, 34 left. Technically, the aircraft is fine. Endurance-wise, we still plan with final reserve and an alternate fuel in order to have a second option, which is the other main airport of Tokyo, Haneda.
Bye-bye.
Control, Ohio gozaimasu, Swiss 160, heavy level 390.
Ohio gozaimasu, Swiss 160, Tokyo Control, Roger. Roger.
So with a fan reserve and an alternate fuel, we still have an extra fuel of about 30 minutes for maneuvering. I expect a landing weight around 172 tons. We already did a landing calculation, which is not a problem at all, as we have a long runway of 4 kilometers. So our factored landing distance will be around 2,400 meters. This is calculated with brake mode low. So the brake application as I would like to use it. Full reverse on touchdown, let it roll at 70 knots, braking down to taxi speed. I checked the flight plan. I assumed you did that as well, the cross check of the flight plan?
I did, yes.
You did. Okay. Finally, approaching from the south, we have a sector altitude of 1,700 feet for the approach, and for the missed approach of 3,100 feet. The special thing for this approach is that we have to lower the gear quite early. That means over the shoreline. This is a restriction from Tokyo in order to prevent ice falling down over populated area. I will do the approach with managed speed and A thrust. A flight director approach. Intermediate approach altitude is 4,000 feet. The intercept is at Cosmo. I suggest we are doing a final approach check over Cosmo. Then the minimum is MDA 340 feet, which is inserted. Procedure-wise, we have low clouds, so I expect to be visual quite near to the minimum. So a good cooperation in there, expecting your 100 feet above and your minimum call, and you have to expect my continue or go around flaps call. Landing, as already mentioned, with full reverse after touchdown and starting braking at 70 knots. With a landing distance of roughly 2.5 kilometers, the best way to leave the runway for us would be at Alpha 4.
Yep.
In case of a missed approach, we have a quite complicated procedure, which is already verified in the flight plan. And assuming that you went through as well, I don't go into details. For the settings, we can climb directly to 6,000 feet.
Yes.
and I will do a cleanup with a clean speed of 220. So flight plan is checked. On the radio nav, the November Romeo Echo is already pre-selected. Here we have a GPS primary situation with good prediction of the GPS data. For the performance, we follow this CONTS index 80 in a descent 82, 82 and 315, that's okay. And the approach data are inserted. Fuel prediction already discussed. Secondary copy active.
Yep.
Any question?
Nope, that's clear to me. That'll be Alpha 4, that's going to be full reverse in case of a missed approach. It's going to be a cleanup to 6,000. I'll be in touch with Tower doing the go around as soon as possible. And because I guess we're not going to be flying all the procedure, and in order to get an approach as soon as possible again.
Okay.
And it's no APU?
No
Getting
APU.
no APU.
And I'm planning with shutting down the engines.
Yep.
After 3 minutes.
Yep.
Green procedure.
Yeah, well. Okay.
Okay.
That's checked.
Then approach briefing completed.
Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, the captain speaking. I hope you had a comfortable journey so far. We will be starting our descent towards Tokyo Narita in a few minutes, and I expect a landing in roughly 40 to 45 minutes depending on the traffic. According to the latest weather report, you may expect rainy weather this morning in Tokyo with a present ground temperature of 8 degrees centigrade. Thank you for choosing Swiss International Airlines for your travel needs, and out of the flight deck we'd like to wish you a very nice day. Guten Morgen, meine sehr verehrten Fluggäste, der Captain. Ich hoffe, Sie hatten eine angenehme Reise bis hierhin, konnten sogar noch etwas Schlaf finden. Wir werden schon bald unseren Sinkflug einleiten. Ich erwarte die Landung in etwa 40 bis 45 Minuten. Tokio meldet regnerisches Wetter, die Temperatur im Moment 8 Grad Celsius. Vielen Dank, dass Sie Swiss International Airlines ausgewählt haben für Ihre Reise, und aus dem Cockpit wünschen wir Ihnen jetzt schon einen schönen Tag.
Tokyo Control, Hayo gozaimasu, 160 heavy, level 255, descending level 250.
30620, Tokyo Control, attack, morning.
Approach, Hayo gozaimasu, 160 heavy, 12,900, descending 11,000.
Hayo gozaimasu, 6160, Tokyo approach, expect fast runway 34, left approach, 90 km, 2977.
Roger that, 2997 and expecting 34 left, the approach was 160.
This 160 by 529 77
I'm sorry, 2977 was 160.
So 34 left is confirmed as briefed, huh?
Yes, sir.
Outstar.
Check.
Speed selected 250. Activate approach phase.
Maintain 13000, leave field to 230.
Heading 030, descend 13000.
Approach phase active.
30, Japan at 3052.
Correct, 15.
336 gives a radial of 156, huh? 6,000 feet blue.
Check. Radial in 156.
156, yes.
Only point 242, fly heading 010, Victor 2 final approach 4.
Fly heading 010, only point 242.
Nav blue.
Check. TGS 200 wireless, only point 242.
FedEx 15 is CO2 170 knots.
On 170, FedEx 15.
Japan Air 3052, Swiss 160 is CO2 200 knots, and right angle 180.
Right heading 180, reducing speed 200, Swiss 160.
Heading 180. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Heading 360,
Speed 200.
4000,
Check.
clear wide to 34 left approach, on it more 338.
Swiss 160, turn right angle 200, diesel maintain 4000.
Right heading 200, maintain 4000, Swiss 160.
Heading 200. 4,000 feet blue.
150, information Lima.
Nippon Cargo 8562, Tokyo approach, runway 34 left.
Nippon Cargo 8562, runway 34 left.
FedEx 157, Maizmo Cosmo, clear white runway 34 left approach, maintain 170 knots. Swiss 160, turn right angle 220.
Right heading 220, Swiss 160.
Heading
Nippon
220.
Cargo 8562, diesel maintain 6000.
So the specialty today, gear down, latest by Cosmo,
Tokyo approach report 217 is clear with us.
and probably visual contact near the minimum.
Checked, 1000 to go.
Check.
Swiss 160, use CO2 180 knots.
Speed 180, Swiss 160.
Speed 180.
FedEx
Checked.
150.
Fuji-san. Oh, what is
Yeah,
that?
Fuji's inside.
Tokyo approach,
Very nice.
Japan Air 302.
Outstar,
Checked.
flaps 2.
10,000
Speed checked.
030.
Good morning, Japan Air 302, Tokyo approach, runway 34
Flaps
right,
2.
right heading 030, vector 2, final approach course, diesel maintain 6000. Swiss 160, turn right angle 290.
Right heading 290, Swiss 160.
Control KLM 861
Heading
heavy,
290.
1000, from
Check.
QNH 2977.
Kilometer 61, Tokyo approach, runway 34 left, continue present heading, vector 2, final approach course, diesel maintain 6000.
Runway 34 left, maintain present heading and descend to 6000, KLM 861.
Swiss 160, 5 Maizmo Cosmo, turn right angle 310, clear west runway 34 left approach.
Right heading 310. Cleared for the ILS 3
Heading 310, nav intercept approved.
Nippon Cargo 8562, left heading 270, descend 4000.
Again, glide slope localizer blue. Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2.
Checked.
Nippon Cargo 8562, turn left
Lock
heading
start.
250.
Checked.
Nippon Cargo 8562, left heading 250. Japan Air 3002, reduce the speed to 210.
Japan Air 3002, 210 knots.
32160, contact Narita Tower, 118.2.
1182.
2160, contact Narita Tower, 118.2.
Glide slope star. Manage speed, gear down. And
Speed is checked.
set missed approach altitude
Gear down.
6000.
Okay, 4000 at 11.8 is correct. 6000 is set for the missed approach.
When ready, the final approach.
Final
check.
approach check is completed.
As a Swiss 160 heavy turn, runway 34 left, continue approach, wind 340 at 8.
Radio altimeter alive.
Check. Manual. Cat 1.
Checked.
Swiss 160, Boeing 737 departing runway 34 left, clear ground, wind 330 degrees at 9 hours.
And 34 left, Swiss 160.
This 160 just landed Boeing 737 report at approach right inside 450.
Roger.
Roger that, Swiss 160.
Flaps 3.
Speed is checked. Flaps 3.
Narita Tower, Nippon Cargo 8562, morning, passing Cosmo.
Good morning,
Flaps full.
562 Tower.
Speed checked.
Roger, runway 34 left, continue approach.
Flaps
wind
full.
320 degrees at 9 knots.
Nippon Cargo 8562, 34 left, continue approach.
Air China 158, contact departure 1242. Good day.
124, that's 12, good Air China 158.
Stabilized. Landing check 4 greens.
Landing all green.
And we are clear to land, eh?
Yes, sir. (1,000 feet).
Check.
(100 above).
Check.
400.
Lights in sight.
Continue.
Runway in sight is good.
200 minimum.
Light slope.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Spoilers. Reverse. Green. Diesel.
Taking the over next.
70 knots.
Check. After landing check. This is without APU, huh?
Narita ramp, Cat 8509, stand 73, request push and stop.
Cat 8509, Narita ramp control, push back approved, face north.
Push back approved, face north, Cat 8509.
Cornell? Any inputs from your side? Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Udo, once more for having the opportunity to show our work on this flight, and looking forward for the homebound flight the day after tomorrow. Thank you.